Hi, I'm Chloe and I'm the owner and founder of Cake by Chloe. I have always really loved to bake for family and friends, and 4 years ago entered a cookery competition on Channel 4 which was about baking and cake decorating, and I actually won, which was really cool, and it really inspired me to start my very own bakery. Since then, Cake by Chloe has grown and grown, and we now offer cakes for all sorts of occasions, for all sorts of people. We do corporate cakes, wedding cakes, birthday cakes, even cakes for celebrities now, and we were recently featured in OK magazine. Another thing that I always use is coconut oil. You might find that there's something else that you prefer to work with in time the more you're doing cakes. I just like it because it's quite nice on your hands as well. It's a bit of a moisturiser. But basically you just use this to cover the surface of whatever you're rolling your fondant icing out on, and it just means that the icing will lift off straight away rather than getting stuck to the board or whatever you're rolling out on, which is a real pain if you spent ages getting your icing perfectly flat and level and then you pull it off and it all rips and tears. I actually started off as an accountant for my sins. I did that and did all of my accountancy training. I knew I ultimately didn't want to be that, and loved working with food, and always used to waitress at restaurants and things when I was a teenager as like a part-time job. So always had that interest in food, and it's kind of, I think my love of food has just grown ever since. Okay, so you're going to take your cake leveler and we're literally just going to slice through the cake, just holding the back of it to make sure that we don't get any crumbs pulling out and half of the cake pulling off at the back, which believe me can happen. If you don't do that, you might see what I mean if you when you go to cut yours, but just like rest your hand at the back of it, and that's the easiest thing to do. And once you've done that, you will find you have a perfectly level cut cake. My favourite cake design so far, oh my gosh, would be a spherical one that we've just done, which is a wedding cake, and it's 3 spheres. It's a bit of a wacky one, but it's cool, and it'll be up on my website soon. So it's supposed to resemble the beach, and it's got 2 little seahorses with an interlinked tail, which is really cute because they mate for life. And it's a wedding cake, so I thought that it was really nice and something cute to put on a cake. So I guess that one so far, yeah. When you first take your icing out of the packet, you might find it's quite hard. And if it is, you can just put it in the microwave for a couple of seconds, but literally do it for a couple of seconds at a time, because otherwise you'll end up getting like little burnt crystallized patches. I know that from experience. And you basically want to get it to a point where it is completely smooth. And then all we're going to do is to, with your thumb again, fold it round. And then once you've got it folded in on itself, just keep rolling it gently with your thumb. And that gives you your first middle of your row, so that's your first petal, and then we're just going to start to add the rest of them onto the edge of that one. And that is it. Now you have a beautifully iced cake that is ready for decorating, and I'm going to show you how to make some wonderful decorations on my next tutorial.